The NFL playoffs are finally here, and at the time of this recording, the first game is in around 15 hours because I'm a dumbass who waits till the last second for literally everything. Last year I went 8-5 total playoffs up to the Super Bowl, which is kind of shit to be honest. So let's hope that we can get higher than that. I also don't have very much viewing interest this year since my Cowboys are so poverty that they couldn't even make the playoffs. So without further ado, let's get into the first game. To start the weekend, we have what most would consider to be an exciting matchup between the Houston Texans and the LA Chargers. And why wouldn't it be? It's a matchup between two young quarterbacks led by great head coaches. However, one of these teams is definitely not like the other. The Houston Texans, while having a very hot 5-1 start to the season, have been very, very unimpressive. And after their near shutout against Baltimore, it's obvious this is not Houston's year. On the other hand, we have Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers. They have been very, very consistent all year, and they've proven they can hang around with good teams, like the Bengals, who obviously didn't make the playoffs, but are still obviously a top team. And as much as I like CJ Stroud and the Texans, I can't see them winning this year, and I have the Chargers winning a dominant 34-17 game. Next up, we have the only divisional matchup of the wild card round, Steelers-Ravens. This is a matchup that would have been electrifying and exciting 5 weeks ago. But now that the Steelers have shown they can't hang around with the big dogs, their fate seems all but inevitable. However, one thing that does make this game very interesting is Zay Flowers will not be playing, meaning the Ravens will most likely try to make Derrick Henry the forefront of their offense. And if the Steelers can stop him by loading the box, because the Steelers do have a very good defense, it'll ultimately come down to the better quarterback, just like last game. While Russell Wilson has had a great comeback from his last season with the Broncos, Lamar is realistically he's most likely winning MVP this year. And I don't see him winning this. It's very unlikely. But I don't think the Steelers go out in vain. I don't think they get blown out. None of that. They lose a tight 17-14 defensive battle, one off of a last-second field goal. To kick off the Sunday slate, we have a very exciting game: Bills versus Broncos. This is a game I personally see. If this was played 10 times, I see the Bills winning 7 out of those 10 times. This Broncos defense has shown they are a force to be reckoned with. The Bills offense has shown they are a force to be reckoned with. And I have no reason to believe this game shouldn't come right down to the wire. And to honestly, truly determine who wins this, just like Ravens Steelers, it comes down who is the best quarterback in this situation. And Bo Nix, obviously, very impressive rookie season, could potentially win Rookie of the Year. He's taking the Broncos to the playoffs for the first time in 8 years. I have the Bills winning a 31-21 game. This game right here, Packers versus Eagles, is the game I am the most interested in for the entire wild card. For the second year in a row, the Packers are the 7th seed. Last year, they were the first 7th seed to ever advance in the playoffs, beating my Dallas Cowboys so bad it made us fucking miss the playoffs this year. And I really believe they can do it again. But this isn't going to be the same game as last year. For starters, they won't be overlooked like they were last year. And for two, they're playing what I believe is the best team in the NFC. Last year's Cowboys ended the season very rough, losing 2 out of their last 4 games, and arguably getting bailed out in one of them. The Eagles, on the other hand, have lost 1 game since Week 4, and Jalen Hurts did not play in it. Jalen Hurts, however, has not played since the first quarter against Washington. However, I do not think that this will make the difference in the game, as talent-wise, the Eagles are so much better. They have Saquon, they have A.J. Brown. And unfortunately, I don't believe the Eagles will suffer the same fate as Dallas. And I think they defeat the Packers 38-20. Next up, Bucks versus Commanders, and this is such a tough matchup, bro. Baker versus Jaden, and I feel like hella people sleeping on the Commanders. Jaden Daniels, in my opinion, has proven he is the clutchest quarterback in the entire NFL. And I do really like Baker and the Bucks, but I don't feel like a 12-win team led by Jaden Daniels, the probable offensive rookie of the year, loses to a Bucks team that really has not been that impressive down the stretch. So, honestly, I'm going to give the win to Washington in a noteworthy 28-13 win. The grand finale of Wildcard Weekend will feature a 14-win wildcard team for the first time in NFL history. The Vikings, who will be up against the Rams. The Vikings, like the Commanders, are a team that I think are being slept on by literally everybody. I've never seen a team like this be disrespected by everybody. It's sickening. And they're also going up against one of the two teams to beat them this season, which I also don't really understand this Rams hype either. Their offense has looked pretty mid outside of a Bills game where they just put up 40 points for absolutely no reason. And I just don't think Kevin O'Connell takes another wildcard exit. I think the Vikings win a convincing 31-14. Thanks for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I will be right back next week for my divisional round predictions. So thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in a week.